All right, so this chapter marks a turning point in Israel's wilderness journey. After 40 years of wandering, the people begin moving toward the promised land again. Along the way, we see God's discipline, healing, and military victories, okay? So the first part is victory over the Canaanites, verses 1 to 3. King Arad, a Canaanite, attacks Israel and takes some prisoners. Israel makes a vow to God. If you deliver them into our hands, we will totally destroy their cities. God hears their prayer, gives them victory, and they destroy the cities, calling the place Hormah, which means destruction, okay? So let's jump to the next part, which is okay. Let's first take a look at the lessons. The first lesson is when Israel trusts God, they experienced victory, and God honors commitment and faith. Okay, so hold on a second. Look at the part. The second part is the people complain again. Venomous snakes, verses 4 to 6. Okay, as they travel around Edom, the people grow impatient and complain. Why did you bring us out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? Again, they are complaining, right? There is no bread, there is no water, and we detest this miserable food. In response to that, very politely, right? God sends venomous snakes among them, and many die. Lessons. Grumbling shows a lack of trust even after all God has done. Sin has real consequences, and sometimes they come quickly. Yeah, they came very quickly for them. Okay, the next part is the bronze snake, God's provision for healing, verses 7 to 9. The people repent and ask Moses to pray. God tells Moses to make a bronze snake and put it on a pole. Anyone who is bitten can look at the bronze snake and live. Moses obeys, and those who look at it are healed. Lessons. God provided a way of healing, but it required faith. This moment becomes a symbol of Jesus. Just as Moses lifted up the snake, so the Son of Man must be lifted up. John chapter 3, verses 14 to 15. Looking to Jesus brings life. Looking to Jesus brings life, okay? So the fourth part is journey and songs of praise, verses 10 to 20. Israel continues traveling, stopping at several locations. At Beer, God gives them water again, and they sing a song of praise. Spring up, oh well, sing about it, verse 17, okay? Lessons. After deliverance, praise is the right response, okay? And God refreshes his people even in the desert. Okay, so the next part is the victory over Simon and Og, verses 21 to 35, okay? So Israel asks King Sihon of the Amorites for permission to pass through. He refuses and attacks. Israel defeats him and takes his territory. The king Og of Bashan comes out to fight, and Israel defeats him too, taking his land. Lessons. With God's help, Israel begins to conquer the land promised to them. These victories were previews of the greater conquest ahead under Joshua, okay? So what are the themes and lessons from Numbers 21? Let's take a look at this. The first one is God disciplines, but also heals, okay? The snakes were a consequence, but the bronze serpent was grace. Second, faith is the key to life. Looking at the bronze snake equals trusting God's way of salvation, okay? This points directly to the cross. And the third lesson is obedience leads to victory. When Israel followed God, he gave them victory over enemies. And fourth, God's mercy is greater than our failures. Even after grumbling and sin, he makes a way to be restored. Conclusion. Numbers 21 is a powerful chapter of discipline, deliverance, and direction. God shows that sins brings judgment, but he provides a way to be healed and restored through faith. The bronze snake becomes a stunning preview of Jesus on the cross, offering life to all who will look to him in faith. And drop a comment, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.